Commentary from Neville Goddard's 1970 lectures, His to Give, Yours to Receive. Neville says, I tell you, God is love. He's infinite love, and He willingly gives everything if you come into His presence. And she knew anyone who got through that little door, that one could receive anything that He voiced, because He would have voiced it, and His words could not return unto Him void. They had to be accomplished. No matter what He sent them on, they had to fulfill the purpose for which He sent them. So in what Neville's saying, if God is love, and you are none other than God, keyed down, forgotten you are sleeping and dreaming this dream of life, just like the life within a life, the dream within a dream, when you think you go to bed at night and you dream of a world as real as what you call reality. So if God is love, infinite love, then so too are you, love. Infinite love. So what is it symbolic of when Neville says you have to come into His presence? And in His presence everything is possible. You come into the presence through the use of imagination. That is what bridges the gap. A properly used imagination. So in order to learn to properly use this imagination, hand in hand reviewing these lessons and applying them until you see the results, your life becomes blessed in all the ways to make your heart smile. So to attain everything by coming into God's presence, Neville goes on to say, all you need is to assume the feeling of the wish. That's all that you need to do, because He is within you. Though asleep, He still grants the wish, for that is His law. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Though reason denies it, though your senses deny it, don't waver in that assumption. You assume it. Persist in the assumption, and that assumption will harden into reality. If you call reality these concrete things in the world, but really, these are the shadows. The reality was the invisible state that projected itself into what we call the reality, but the real reality, invisible. Have faith, have confidence in that invisible state, assume it. So what Neville is saying, assume the feeling of the wish. How would it feel if you were who you want to be, and or if you had what you wanted to have? How does that feel? That feeling is being in the presence of God, the imaginator within you, imagining being God in action. Because simply this is the way mystics are saying works, and those who have learned this and applied it enough to find success. As with any skill, it takes proper study and application to see the success, and to become masterful, to go deeper, further, persevere, go all out. And when Neville said, though reason denies it, your senses deny it, don't waver. Because most of us are very strong in our rational mind. We let the imagination go in childhood. And because of this, we waver. Many don't believe imagination has power. But if you could direct this imagination and persist, and able to go all out, like a method actress, totally lost in the character even for a moment, but regularly each day until it takes hold of you, and thus manifests out pictures. Mystics are assuring you, you will reap the harvest of such right actions. And Neville is also pointing, what you call reality, it is only a shadow. The true reality is the imaginator behind that imagination that gave birth to the imagined. The harvest, what you call reality. When you start to look at life like that, it will help you to keep the faith, to learn to break that bond, the spell, of what you formerly called reality, which was really the shadows. Just imagine if all that Neville and similar mystics teach, that imagining creates reality. How would it feel to realize that everything around you is just a shadow, brought to life from the depths of your being, your imagination? What would you take your imagination away from? Did it disappear from your world, what you call reality? And what instead do you want to place your imagination on each day to give it its birth in your reality? And now, let us go into the silence. Thank you to all who view these videos, and to all the special supporters of this channel. Thank you.